Sean Weckel with Relo and eXp Realty coming at you with our February 2024 market update. We're going to start off right away here with mortgage rates. So as you can see, we're currently sitting right around 7%. The message from the Feds, as we all know, has been higher for longer. So really, particularly through the first half of this year, we're expecting those rates to stay relatively steady. Now, as we head into the end of 2024 and early 2025, there is the possibility for rate cuts, which will really influence the real estate market, both locally here in Bend as well as nationally. So on that topic, we'll go ahead and move forward to 2024 home price forecast. Now, mortgage rates, of course, demand, everything really influences what we're going to talk about here. So as we can see, original forecasts were made in November 2023 from these major organizations. We got Goldman Sachs, Zillow, Fannie Mae, so on and so forth. Their original forecast back in November was anywhere from 0.2% here with Zillow up to 1.9% with Goldman Sachs, and then Fannie Mae 2.8% forecast in home price increase in the year 2024. As we can see, they revised that forecast, each and every organization here, and they all went up. So Goldman Sachs went from 1.9% up to 5%, Zillow 0.2 to 3.5%. Long story short, we do see prices increasing this year. Moving forward to the numbers, so our Ben Beacon report, data for homes closed in January of 2024. So we saw a median home price of $700K. That's down 3.5%. So finally, a little bit of a noticeable drop to median home price. That's been trending down a little bit, but finally seeing kind of a noticeable level of downgrade right there. In terms of total closings, we saw 89, so very slow market. As usual this time of year, it's down 1.1%, 43 median days on the market, which is up 28%. Also something that's very seasonal for our market here in Bend at this time of year. And then we've got 1.5 months of inventory, which is actually down 33%. Going to talk about that here in just a moment. Moving forward, more detail here in terms of days on market. So as I mentioned, we're currently sitting at 43 days on market. We look back to the January, February timeframe of 2023. That is when we also saw the longest time on market last year, 36 in January to 51 in February. But what we noticed is as we went from February to March, we saw that drastic drop from 51 to 13, and then the continued downward trend as we head through April and May. So that is also the prediction for this year. We've got about another month of potential increase in days on market. Then we're likely to see buyer demand increase significantly, leading to a drastic drop in the overall days on market as we head into the spring. So similarly here, looking at median price per square foot in the city of Bend, we're currently sitting at $349 per square foot. Looking back to January, February, that is when we saw the lowest price in 2023, likely to be the same here in 2024. So if you're looking for the lowest price of the year as a buyer, now is the time to get into the market, because as we head into spring, we're forecasting these prices to creep back up once again. So looking at inventory, I mentioned we were sitting at 2 months of inventory for a very long time, really since April, May, heading into June here of 2023, all the way to December, January of this new year. So 1.5 months of inventory, that's not a lot. We're really down with our new listing as the Beacon report showed. But again, even lower than we have been sitting here consistently from summer through fall. So something to keep an eye on. That's been one pain point for our buyers. I know myself, my business partner have had a lot of showings recently, but it's been very, very tough to find people to write home because there's simply just not a ton of inventory here on the market. So moving forward to MLS data for Bend, single family homes for sale between $400,000 and $1.4 million. We had 188 total listings. I mentioned that is down. We were low on listings, so down 17%. 66 listings with a changed price, that's down 50%, a little bit more. And then 75 median days on the market, as well as an average change from original price of down 4.47%. So moving forward to this next slide, just some fun facts to throw at you here. Really what we're looking at is increase in home value here throughout the years. So starting in 1942 all the way up to 2022, very little red here on the screen. You see a ton of green. What this really highlights is how valuable it is in terms of net worth it is to own a property. As you can see, pretty much going up every single year. So we're really encouraging buyers right now, if you can do it smartly, it's the right time for you, and you can find a property that you are going to be happy with to get your foot in the door. This is the benefit of doing that now versus waiting, as we are expecting prices to go up as we head into the spring and summer, making it even more difficult, especially with these interest rates, to get in the home that you want to get into. So closing out our presentation, the bottom line, 2024 spring market has started early. So I mentioned listings are down, but the buyer demand is still there. We are seeing multiple offers on new listings as we speak. So again, the demand is there, meaning the market, spring market, I should say, is already here. Secondary to that, increased options and higher prices as we move into spring. So yes, we do expect listings to increase significantly as we hit to March, April, and May, but that's also going to follow with higher prices. Again, there's a lot of pent up demand. There's going to be a lot of buyers out there looking to purchase. So while the inventory will come up initially, we are expecting that inventory to get snatched up very, very quickly, especially the really good homes. They're going to move here as we head into spring, early summer, in the middle of summer. So any questions or concerns, my team and I are always happy to help out. I hope you have an absolutely amazing February. We'll see you back here in March to recap this month's numbers.